think we're rolling. I think we got it. Maybe. Do we? Sound on? Alrighty then. Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Zach, and this is my first vlog of 2018. I am so excited to do this. Today, we're going to be talking about 5 ways to make yourself a better filmmaker without touching a camera. Let's do it. I'm a filmmaker in New York City. I'm currently in grad school at Columbia University working on my master's in directing. I watch a lot of YouTube vloggers, a lot of filmmakers online who do similar videos like this. I really admire their work, but something that I find personally to be sort of missing in the, DIY, do-it-yourself filmmaking conversations is actual stuff that has nothing to do with gear. There are so many videos online that are like, oh, this camera, why is this camera better than, this camera? And like, oh, this lens, like this is the best lens, you don't use any other lens because this is the lens you want to use. And those are all good conversations, right? Like gear are tools, they're like screwdrivers and paintbrushes and hammers, and we need those physical things to make the movie. But at the end of the day, they're tools. They're screwdrivers and paintbrushes and hammers. And so that's why I want to talk about 5 ways to be a better filmmaker without touching a camera. Because someone on your squad and your crew is gonna know how to work the equipment. You're probably gonna be hiring a DP. And if you're a director, you should be hiring a DP, because being a director is so different than being a director of photography. They're 2 completely different jobs. You should not be doing both when you're on set. Or you can just go insane like I used to do and hope that the product comes out well. And sometimes it does. In directing my own work, I really like to work with a DP because I can take all of the technology part of my brain and just give it to him, and I trust that he or she is gonna get the job done. So, step 1 for being a better filmmaker without touching a camera is what I like to call the 9 Ps. Yes, that is properly planned pre-production prevents piss poor post-production. I didn't make it up. Someone else said that first, and I heard it at a place, and now I'm saying it to you. But I cannot stress enough how important it is to actually plan your film. And I know that sounds really silly. I know that sounds like, duh, of course you have to plan. But when you actually think about it, do you know what you're planning? I've been on so many sets where we kind of just show up and it's like, all right, what are we gonna do? And all those conversations and thought processes of like, where's the camera gonna go? That should have happened weeks prior, because time is money when you're on set, and we just literally don't have the time to be figuring out what we're doing. Usually I work with 3 different documents. I work with a shot list, a floor plan, and a lined script. Let's start with the shot list. Pretty self-explanatory. It's a list of shots. Again, you're like, Zach, I know this shit. Like, stop talking about stuff I already know. But having an actual piece of paper in front of you that says, what are we gonna do next, is so crucial, because it's one of those things that you don't think you need until you realize you don't have it. And just having things in front of you on paper, that's one less thing that you as the director have to think about. I love to have a floor plan. I don't know if any of you have played sports or football with your X's and O's, or basketball and drawing the plays out in front of you. It's the same deal in filmmaking. I want to know where we are in the room. This camera goes here, and then we're going to put another camera over here, and then we're going to swing around here and get the reverse angle. Like, those are things that I like to have in front of me on paper. If I do all the planning in advance, I can just like be in the zone, be with my actors, take this paper, give it to the DP, and they know what we're doing, and it just becomes a much smoother day. And thirdly, lining a screenplay. Literally, draw lines down the script to show, okay, shot A is going to cover all this dialogue. Shot B is going to only exist here. Shot C is going to exist here. And that way, do we actually have everything covered? Is the movie going to cut together? And if you line the script and you see that, okay, I actually know how the scenes are going to cut together in post in advance, that is huge. Step 2, whenever you reach a point and you begin to realize like, okay, this is not working, that's where you kind of have to swallow your pride as a director and kill your darlings and throw out your master plan and just improvise. You know, you have to just yes and every moment. If for any of the comedy actors out there, just yes and the scene and figure out like, okay, how are we gonna do this? Ask an actor, hey, like let's brainstorm something here. Talk to your AD, talk to your producers. Like that's when you have your all hands on deck. What are we gonna do? And that's the hardest part, I think, as a director, is when you hit that moment where you realize this is not working. This is just not going according to plan. And how are we gonna move on from this? Because we have to make our day. I am the kind of person where I will make my day no matter what. I hate going into overtime. I hate doing it because like morale gets down and like everyone just gets bummed out. Like, oh, we're gonna go longer than 12 hours, and then you have to back shift or forward shift your next day for a proper 12-hour turnaround. Murphy's Law is a bitch. Something is gonna go wrong. Some plan is gonna backfire. Nothing ever goes smooth on a set. Ever. It just doesn't. We don't have time to make the 2 crew moves that we had to do today. Okay, can we shoot the scene here? How can I cut dialogue? How can I cut shots? How can I just streamline the process to make it as easy as possible for us to do this thing? The film that you have on paper is not the film that you're gonna shoot. And the film that you're gonna shoot is not the film you're gonna have when you're done editing and post. You also have to be the kind of person that can just be like, all right, guys, plan is out the window. Let's take a minute, let's figure this thing out, and let's go. Number 3, give your actors room to play. Playtime is super important on set. As much as this is a serious thing, as much as filmmaking is very much a doing your vision kind of thing, it's also very collaborative. It's also the kind of project where you physically, as the director, cannot do this without all the other amazing human beings in the room with you. So, as much as it's your film, as much as you think this is something super meaningful and super personal and something that only I know how to tell the story, you have to trust the people around you. You have to give your actors the room to play, and give your camera team the room to play, and give everyone on board the room to feel like this is a collaborative effort. No one wants to work with the director that's like my way or the highway, take it or leave it. Because let's be real, 9 times out of 10, you might be right, but someone is going to have that great idea one time, and that is going to make or break the scene. And you're not going to realize it until you get to post and you're like, oh wow, that was an awesome idea. And I'll always get a take the way it was written. That way I know we have it. But if there's time, if we have extra time to do a couple more takes, yeah, let's like throw the blocking out. Let's try something new. Let's see like what ideas can we come up with in the moment that could supplement and complement the things we already have on paper. Definitely make your day, get your shot list, get what you had planned, but absolutely like build in playtime, because you will discover something that you did not consider. You're going to have an actor that just has a genius, expert move that you never expected, and you're like, wow, this is the best thing I've ever seen. And same for your camera team. Give your DP like one setup or one scene that's like the play scene for them. Whatever your money shot is, whatever like, guys, this is going to be like the coolest shot in the movie. Give extra time on that setup for the DP to play around. Give them a couple extra takes to try new angles and try new things. Filmmaking is I know I'm beating a dead horse, but it's such a collaborative effort. And if you can have that playtime on set, you're going to discover some really, really great things. All right, step 4. If you have an Italian mother like I do who loves to cook, or if you have like an uncle who's like has a hookup at a restaurant for awesome food, oh my God, feed your crew good food. Like actually feed your crew well. If at the end of the day you have the worst film you've ever shot, if you just make complete trash, but you feed everyone so well, like with the best food, believe me, we have the best food on set. My food, better than everyone else. But like, that's a great reputation you want to have. That's the kind of set I want to work on. I will work that set any day, no questions asked. But if like, you know, as a crew member, if I show up and there's just a thing of coffee and a thing of bagels and like that's it for the day, or if lunch is like pizza or something just gross or just cold or miserable, it's really amazing how much food the food that's on set will impact the morale like nothing else. You can be making the best material, the best movie you've ever made, and if the food is crap, there is gonna be this just oh, that's an extra barrier you have to get through when you're working with people. That's an extra thing. You're paying it forward to feed your crew really well, because they will turn around and be energized and be amped and give you what you want, and they'll be willing to work with you on it. Step 5. In my opinion, the most important way to be a better filmmaker without even having to touch a camera is to just be happy. You just have to be this positive force all day. It's so easy to get stressed out, and it's so easy to be worrying about X, Y, and Z and this and that, but if you can be the person that just radiates happiness, everyone is gonna love to work with you. Everyone is gonna wanna be on that set, because nothing is gonna make this a bad experience. There is no amount of Murphy's Law bullshit that's gonna get in the way of us having fun and us making a thing together. And if you can walk on set with that attitude, that will not only show dividends in the work ethic of the people around you, that will read in the film itself. It will literally be a better product, a better movie, because everyone's morale is just up and everyone is having a good time and authentically wanting to be there. That's it, guys. That's my 5 steps to being a better filmmaker without having to ever touch a camera. If you liked what you saw here, please subscribe, hit that like button, hit that little bell so you know when my other videos are going to be uploaded. I cannot wait to share more of this with you. And if there's something you want to hear, there's a topic I didn't talk about. If you have a filmmaking tip that's like, Zach, what about this? You should have talked about this. Comment in the comment section below. Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, friends, keep on doing it live, and I will see you all next week.